Today's topic is muscles of mastication. Muscles of mastication are temporalis muscle, lateral pterygoid muscle, medial pterygoid muscle, and the masseter muscle. All of these are involved in mastication and speech. These arise and develop from the mesoderm of the first branchial arch. The nerve supply of this branchial arch is mandibular nerve, so the nerve supply of muscles of mastication is also mandibular nerve. Now we are going to start off with the masseter muscle. It arises in the form of a superficial layer and a deeper layer. The superficial layer arises from the anterior two-thirds of the lower border of the zygomatic arch and adjoining zygomatic process of the maxilla. The deeper layer arises from the deep surface of the zygomatic arch. Now it gets inserted on the ramus of the mandible. The nerve supply for masseter is masseteric nerve, which is a branch of mandibular nerve. The action of masseter muscle is to elevate the mandible to close the mouth to bite. Temporalis muscle arises from the temporal fossa excluding the zygomatic bone. It also arises from the temporal fascia which is covering this muscle. Now this would get inserted on the coronoid process of the mandible and the anterior border of the ramus of the mandible. The nerve supply for this muscle is two deep temporal branches of the mandibular nerve. The actions include elevation of mandible, side to side movements also known as grinding movements, and the retraction of mandible. Next is temporal fascia. The temporal fascia is covering the temporalis muscle. In this diagram you can see this is the temporal fascia. Superiorly it will arise from the superior temporal line, and inferiorly it would split into an outer layer and an inner layer which would get inserted on the outer and inner lips of the upper border of the zygomatic bone. Now you can see the small gap is present between these two layers. The contents of this small gap is fat, branch of superficial temporal artery, and zygomaticotemporal nerve. Now the structures which are attached to the fascia, to the superficial surface, epicranial aponeurosis and auricularis anterior and superior muscles are attached. To the deep surface of this fascia, temporalis muscle is attached. Now the next muscle is lateral pterygoid muscle. This muscle arises as two heads, an upper head and then lower head. The upper head arises from the infratemporal fossa and the crest of greater wing of sphenoid bone, and the lower head would arise from the lateral surface of the lateral pterygoid plate. Now this would get inserted on the pterygoid fovea, anterior margin of the articular disc and of the capsule of the temporomandibular joint. The nerve supply of lateral pterygoid muscle is a branch from the anterior division of mandibular nerve. The action of lateral pterygoid muscle is depress the mandible, protrusion of mandible, grinding movements, that is side to side movements. Now the relation of lateral pterygoid muscle. Pterygoid plexus of veins is surrounding the uh, lateral pterygoid muscle. Superficially there is masseter, ramus of mandible, tendon of temporalis, maxillary artery. Deep to the lateral pterygoid there is mandibular nerve, middle meningeal artery and deep head of medial pterygoid muscle. At the lower border of the lateral pterygoid muscle there is lingual nerve, inferior alveolar nerve and middle meningeal artery. As you can see here, there is lingual nerve, inferior alveolar nerve, and the middle meningeal artery. Middle meningeal artery is present at the lower border of the lateral pterygoid. Similarly, at the upper border, there is deep temporal nerves and the mesenteric nerve. This is deep temporal nerve and this is mesenteric nerve. This is the upper border of the lateral pterygoid. Now the structures which are passing through the gap between the two heads of lateral pterygoid muscle are the maxillary artery and the buccal branch, buccal nerve. Next we will discuss the medial pterygoid muscle. This arises as a superficial slip and a deep head. The superficial slip would arise from the tuberosity of the maxilla, and the deep head would arise from the medial surface of the lateral pterygoid plate. It would get inserted on the medial surface of angle and adjoining ramus of the mandible. Okay, ये medial surface पे attach कर रहा है angle of mandible और adjoining ramus of the mandible पे. Now nerve supply क्या है? Nerve to medial pterygoid muscle. Actions include elevate the mandible, protrude the mandible, and grinding movements. Now the relation of medial pterygoid muscle. Superficial relations include upper part is separated from the lateral pterygoid muscle by lateral pterygoid plate, lingual nerve, and inferior alveolar nerve. As you can see here, this is the medial pterygoid muscle. The upper part has lingual nerve, inferior alveolar nerve, and there is lateral pterygoid plate. Now the lower part is separated from the ramus of the mandible by lingual nerve, inferior alveolar nerve, maxillary artery, and sphenomandibular ligament. As you can see here in this diagram, the lower part of the medial pterygoid muscle is separated from the ramus of the mandible by inferior alveolar nerve, lingual nerve, and the maxillary artery. Now, deep relations of medial pterygoid muscle. Here you can see the deeper relations of medial pterygoid muscle. If you can see, this is the location of medial pterygoid muscle. If we remove this muscle, below it on the medial side you can see tensor villi palatini, superior constrictor of the pharynx, styloglossus muscle, and stylopharyngeus muscle. Alright, so that's all for the muscles of mastication. Thank you.